कोर्ट खुल रहा है तो इस बात की पूरी संभावना है कि आज आफ्टरनून में तलवार दंपति की जो है रिहाई जेल से हो जाएगी। इस बात की पूरी संभावना है। उन्होंने जेल में जो है अपनी जो सेवाएं दी है वो फ्री दी है। उन्होंने कोई भी मेहनताना नहीं लिया है और लेने से मना भी किया है। इसलिए अगर वो मेहनताना लेते तो लगभग 49,500 रुपए के आसपास उनका मिलता।
And Iknoor joining us live from Talwar's residence in Noida. Iknoor, it's going to be a big Diwali there for the Talwars there. What sort of arrangements are being made at the residence to welcome the Talwars? We understand they're only going to be released post-noon today, but has there been any buzz since this morning as far as the residents of Talwar go?
Well, yes, indeed. In fact, Aarushi's grandparents are the ones who will be hosting the Talwars at their residence in Jalvayu Vihar in Noida. And they are, of course, preparing to welcome Nupur and Rajesh Talwar. And what we've heard from them so far is that they will be going to the Allahabad court to sign the papers for their release. And in the afternoon, they will be released from the jail. Vandana Talwar will be present at the jail to receive Nupur and Rajesh Talwar, after which they're expected to go to a Sai Mandir in Sector 60 in Noida. And then they will arrive at the grandparents' residence in Jalvayu Vihar in Noida, where a small get-together has been organized by the grandparents, where around 25 people will be present. Majorly, they'll be close friends and family, people who've been supporting the family through this entire ordeal. But, you know, the big question still remains. We still don't know who killed Aarushi and Hemraj, and that is something that'll be a question that'll be lurking in the background all along. And whether Aarushi's parents or their family, friends, anybody actually files an appeal now to continue pursuing the case is something we'll have to really wait and watch, because the CBI at this point of time doesn't really have a very strong case, and there are speculations that they may not really file an appeal now in this matter because they do not have too much evidence, because that's what even the Allahabad High Court had earlier said, that due to lack of circumstantial evidence, the Talwars will be acquitted. So while of course they've not been proven innocent, at this point of time they have been acquitted because they do not know, or they do not have enough evidence really to pin the blame for Aarushi and Hemraj's murder on a single person. So this is really going to be a big mystery. It's been one of the most sensational murder cases in the history of the country, and the fact that we've never seen such a complicated, confused and botched up case as the Aarushi-Hemraj double murder. And that is why it really goes down in the pages of history in terms of how the UP police messed up initial investigation, and then later on the CBI could not follow through to pin a simple case against one person per se. So definitely all of this lurks in the background, but today it's going to be a big return for the Talwars back home, and they will be keeping a comparatively low profile, not expected to talk to the media, because what we heard is from their lawyer is that they do not want to interact with the media at all at this point of time. So we'll really have to see what Nupur and Rajesh Talwar's next move is going to be.
Absolutely, Iknoor. Do stay with us. Also joining us live from outside Dasna Jail is Tushar. That is where all the action is going to begin in just a few hours. Tushar, we understand that delayed legal paperwork was the reason cited behind the delayed release of Talwars. By what time are we expecting the Talwars to walk out of Dasna Jail today?
Well, it's a big day for Rajesh and Nupur Talwar, and they will be released today after the court order is received by the jail superintendent. And that is what the jail superintendent moments ago came out and gave a soundbite and told the reporters that as soon as the order from the court order reaches the jail, they will be released, and it is expected to be around 2 o'clock, because the court order from Allahabad High Court will reach the CBI special court in Ghaziabad, and from there on it will come. From there it has to be signed by Nupur's parents. A bond has to be signed, and from there the order will reach the jail, and from there on the jail authorities have demanded at least 45 minutes of time. So all these formalities will be completed in a span of 2 hours, 3 hours, and we are expected that the Talwars will be released post 2 o'clock, around 3:15. That is what the time that is expected. That is what the jail superintendent has been informing the reporters.
Absolutely. Still a few hours to go before we see Talwars walking out of Dasna Jail. But Tushar, also give us a sense of the sort of security that you're seeing on ground, because we understand, given the sensitivity of this case, we believe that some sort of heightened up security is also expected in and around the jail.
Well, absolutely. There is a itinerary that has been there is a tentative itinerary of the Talwars that will be followed. The parents of Nupur will reach the court, and there they will sign a bond, and that the court order will reach the jail, and then they will leave Dasna Jail and are expected to go first to the Sai Mandir, which is in Noida Sector 60, and then from there on they will go either to their parents' house or their home. That is still not confirmed yet. And another thing that the jail superintendent has told about the Talwars is that they were quite an asset inside the jail, because the Rajesh Talwar, being a dentist, used to look up for the inmates inside, and they have requested Rajesh Talwar to keep coming to the jail to look after the inmates, to take care of the inmates like he used to do for the past 3 years. Another thing that has been come up is that they have earned for more than around 40,000-50,000 rupees as a daily wage, which was given to them, but they have refused to take that. And another thing is that they are going to donate all the books that they brought to the jail library. So these are the aspects that are coming to light after the jail superintendent has given this side.
All right. Of course, that's going to be a top focus through the day here. Still a couple of hours before the legal paperwork is done, and we see those visuals of the Talwar couple walking out of Dasna Jail. For the moment, Tushar and Niknoor, many thanks for joining in with all those inputs.